whatever, I do what I want.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. Because I'm working first baseline last night, okay? And I dominated. And we ended up winning. The team won 16-1. You're welcome. I feel like it's all on my shoulders. Not that you guys care, but just to give you a recap. My son's team won 16-1. I know how easily in baseball, especially in the little league level, how that can be one day you're the victor that way, and then the next game it happens to you. So as in you're the one on the bad end of that stick. So it was really good. The boys played really well, and I didn't, get the judging eye from anybody because I'm overexcited, coaching first base. I coached the first base the entire game. It was fun. I think we only made it through 4 innings before they had to call the game because the boys were doing so well. And I felt good about it. The boys felt good about it. They all were just they were just playing good, and it was great. Get home, talk to my wife, and she's like, you know what? You walk around too much. I'm like, what? Because I'm like sitting there feeling good. She's like, you walk around too much, and you're blocking people's view. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's all, it's annoying. I'm like, oh, way to shit on my parade. I got to go look. I got to see if I can find out, am I moving around too much? And is it a distraction to the only people I care about are the players? Is it a distraction to the players? Okay. If it is, then I'll stop. Otherwise, don't tell me what to do. My God. My goodness.
Whatever, I do what I want.
I can say I have a hard time standing still. I do. That's just my thing. Okay. And what you guys need to do is just back the fuck off. Back the fuck off. If the umpires don't say anything to me, and the other coaches don't say anything to me, and the players don't say anything to me, that's all that matters. Yeah. I was gonna play this, but then I realized I'm talking about my wife.
No offense, but you are a stupid asshole.
Good thing I didn't play that. Woo! That would have been bad. Could you imagine if I accidentally said this?
What a bitch.
Ooh. I'd have been in trouble. She's gonna listen to this, and I'm gonna just be sitting there with a deer in the headlights look going,
this is fucked.
I am in so much trouble right now. I'm kidding. I need to hear that feedback because I can't tell. I can't tell if I'm moving around too much. I know I move around, but I don't know if I'm blocking people's view. So anyway, sorry if you're one of the parents that I was just like randomly in your face, like because you're on the fence. Maybe get a better seat. That's all I'm saying. Get a better seat. Good stuff. My son did really well though last night. I have to brag about him because you know what? He deserves it. Although all the boys deserve it. But since he's my kid and I got a microphone, I'm going to say my son, Jackson, JD, however you want to say it, went 3 for 3, 3 RBI. There you go, buddy. There you go. Played first base 2 innings and did well. The ball never went to him at first base. And he's just like, this is easy. I'm like, well, just wait till you have some, close calls at first before you go and claim that you're awesome at first base. But it's exciting. I get so excited. I never thought I'd be so excited to be a coach. It's so neat to see these kids develop. And one, they're learning, and two, I'm learning. I'm learning how to, one, coach baseball. And also I'm just learning, just so much more about the game and just to appreciate what's in front of me. It's just neat. I had one of the kids come over to me. He got walked, and he comes over, and his heart is racing. I was like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "That just got really close to me," and his eyes kind of welled up, and he's just like, "It kind of scared me." I'm like, oh, it's okay. It didn't hit you. And look, you're on first base. You're good. You're good. Now go look over at coach on the other side and see if he gives you the signal to steal. And then, yeah, you're good. You're good. So anyway, it's fun. It's fun. I know. Listen, I know you ultimately don't care. There's a good chance you hit fast forward, probably because you're a horrible person. Listen, I'm talking about the development and the enrichment of children, and you're just sitting there going, fuck that. Fuck that. Hit the fast forward button, please. Because you apparently have a servant that does that for you. So good for you. Congratulations on your success. A lot to get to today. Oh, when we get to the sports section, holy crap, a ton. And I have a poll going right now on Twitter. I actually have it running for a total of 3 days. And it's a mixed bag. University of Colorado's retiring number 2, Shedeur Sanders, and number 12, Travis Hunter's numbers. Do you agree with that? A simple yes for Travis, yes for both, or no on both. Notice I didn't put yes for Shedeur because, come on, let's be honest. He's the one where you're like, why? Why? So I'll tell you the results by once we get to the sports section, and then I'll keep that running for another few days. So even if you miss out on it right now, if you go to @DeHuff, I put it on my personal account, @DeHuff on Twitter, and you can vote. And if you want to leave a comment, go ahead and do so. But you know what we need to do right now is make sure you hit that like button. Also, click on the subscribe button if you could, please. Remember, today's show is brought to you by Roof Goat USA. You need a roof repair, whether it's a full repair or a patch or whatever, you got to contact the GOAT, Roof Goat USA. Go to roofgoatusa.com. I'll tell you more about them in a little bit, but also presented to you by Kirkwall Group. If you're running a business, you need help with the back of the house, you need someone with experience and is trustworthy, you need the Kirkwall Group. They got over 30 years of experience, which is really neat. Richard and the Kirkwall Group, they understand that your business and you deserve someone who's efficient, timely, accurate, cost effective, focused on your success, and is working to save you money. Now, it's not just taxes that they do bookkeeping, accounting management services like CFO, controller, accounting manager, projects and support, all the stuff to keep things moving, as well as tax planning and preparation, income, property tax, sales, and use tax. What you need to do, I say all that stuff. There's even more that they do and more that they can help you with. Go to kirkwallgroup.net. Kirkwallgroup.net. See everything they can do for you or maybe even your business. Go ahead, check them out. Again, kirkwallgroup.net. You can go ahead and, sign up for a free 30-minute consultation. You can call them at 833-547-5925. Again, 833-KIRKWALL, or go to kirkwallgroup.net. Kirkwall Group, we count what counts for you. And what we need to do right now, jump into the headlines.
Let's go! Let's go! And now, here are the headlines.
California. California is a weird place. I don't like it. Don't like it. I've only been to the LA area, so I'm judging the entire gigantic state off of one place. And I'm fine with that. I am. I'm truly fine with that. But anyway, the news coming out of California, the big headline out of California right now is that somebody hacked some traffic lights in I don't even remember where it was, but it doesn't fucking matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. The point is they hacked the traffic lights. So when you press the button, there's two voices that pop up at different times. Mark Zuckerberg's voice can be heard saying, "It's normal to feel uncomfortable or even violated as we force AI into every facet of your experience. I just want to reassure you that you have nothing to worry about because there's absolutely nothing you can do to stop it." That could be exactly what it sounds like. That's what it's saying, though. That's pretty fucking funny, though. It's a little long-winded, right? You'd think that they would have just trimmed that up and be like, There's nothing you can do about AI. Something like that. AI is coming for you and your job. Skynet is real. Something like that, right? The other voice that pops up, and they use AI to make the voices say this. So, it's pretty funny. And it says, "Hi, this is Elon. Can we be friends? Will you be my friend? I'll give you a Cybertruck." That's funny. Come on. I think I might be missing another phrase that they say, but who cares? That's awesome. Now, I don't appreciate people that hack, but for comedy's sake, this is gold, Jerry. Gold. I like it. it you know what's a weird dream of mine is to one day be on the voice of the DIA train. Okay, if you've ever been to DIA, Denver International Airport, and you're on the train, you hear a really deep voice, of a guy named Alan Roach. He's actually the PA guy for the Super Bowl every single year. You'll hear his voice in the background. And he used to be with the Broncos. Now he's, I believe, in Minnesota doing it for the Vikings. But he's always like, "Hold on, please. The train is arriving." Something like that. I'd be like, "Do, do, do, do. Now loading for all Terminal A passengers," or whatever the fuck he says. But I kind of want to do that. Then you hear some other person be like, "Hi, this is the mayor. I just want to welcome you to our great city. Come on down, have a slice of pie or whatever. I don't know, eat green chili, whatever." He doesn't say that, but that would be fantastic if he did. I think it would be fun. And then what would happen? I'd be like, "Hey, everybody, it's Scott DeHuff, DeHuff Uncensored podcast host, Colorado's #1 comedy podcast. I don't have anything else to say. Just welcome." Right? That'd be great. That's a dream of mine. Come on. Somebody at DIA can make this happen. Okay? Pull some strings, move some papers around, see what happens. Next thing you know, I'm just sitting there in a recording studio going, "Hi, this is Scott DeHuff. Welcome. And this is Connery DeHuff. And I just want to say I banged your mother last night. And welcome to Denver." Right? That'd be great. Oh, man. Connery. Good times. Cowboy DeHuff. "Hey, everybody, it's Cowboy DeHuff. Welcome to Denver, Colorado. If you ain't all balls, get the fuck out." Awesome. Awesome. Speaking of awesome, this is the most bizarre race I have ever heard of. Millionaires are hosting the world's first sperm race at an iconic venue, complete with leaderboards, commentary, and replays. This is the quote: "2 competitors, 2 samples, 1 microscopic finish line." That's awesome. This is what one of the doctors involved said. "The goal isn't to elicit sophomoric giggles, but instead to turn health into a competition and make male fertility something people actually want to talk about, track, and improve." My nerd voice is on point today. This is great. I'm feeling good. Um, that's just bizarre to me. So they're literally having sperm samples. They're gonna do a under the microscope competition. 2 different samples, and they drop the drop the load right at the same time, and then under a microscope, it could take. This is what they said. It could take 5 minutes to reach the finish line. It could take hours. They don't know. But the fact that they're going to have commentary is hilarious to me. But it ultimately does sound like it's just an excuse for some guys just like, oh man, I really want to bust a nut. But my wife is always hounding me. She gets so mad. Let's make it a competition. We'll get scientists involved, okay? Just for that one time. John wrote in because I posted this on Twitter. He said, and down the stretch they come. The phrase, oh, wait, sorry. And down the stretch they come. That phrase has so many different meanings here. It's true. I don't know how you would do commentary because, you know, there's different types of sperm as far as there's some with like two tails. They're the mutated ones. Those are the ones you don't want. You're the fertilized. I don't know if they can. Well, I've met some weird people out there. Maybe they can. Maybe they can fertilize. But it would just be interesting. I'm trying to think of how that would go. On your mark. Get set. And go! All right, here we come down the stretch. You got the goofy-looking one with two tails. He is just spinning in circles. Oh, my goodness. Oh, we got a leader coming out. Oh, that one's just shooting out like a dart. All over the wall. Oh, he just crashed and burned. All right. We got one little pokey little fella. He's making his way. Who said the tortoise can't beat the hare? Here we go. Down the stretch. He's in. He fertilized. Now, if they take that fertilized egg, are they going to put it in a recipient? Like, is it going to go into a woman that is wanting to receive that? Or are they going to make a clone out of it? Boom, boom, ding. I don't know why I make that sound effect when I actually have the sound effect of dun, dun, dun. Right? Where is it? Right, ready? Here we go. Or are they going to use it to clone someone? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, it's all fun and games till the next thing you know, you got a secret twin that you didn't know about that they grew in a lab. Hey, listen, I've seen it a million times. It's going to happen. It's going to happen again. Again? That's just weird. It's just weird people. And it's just, this is classic. Rich people don't know what to do with their money. So they're like, let's jack off and let's put it under a microscope and see if we can fertilize an egg and see who can fertilize quicker. That's a great idea, Todd. Wait, let's burn our money first, quick. A Vegas chapel is offering Star Wars themed weddings for May 4th. If you're a nerd and you like Star Wars and you're looking to get married, why not? If you're both into something that much as I joke about it, why not? Why not have fun with it? I would like to know if you know anybody out there that had like a weird themed, out of the norm, I should say, themed wedding. I want to know, are they still married? Because that would be interesting to me. Because it's kind of one of those things where if you're both that into something and you're both willing to go and go against the grain that much, I feel like you'd still be married like 20 years down the line versus somebody that just spends a butt ton of money on a super over the top wedding and then like a year later they're divorced or less. It's just kind of a interesting thing to think about. I'm not a Star Wars guy. I know that offends a lot of people. Okay. If I had to choose, I would choose Star Trek over Star Wars. But here's the thing. Can I tell you really can I give you, I should say, a deep dive into Star Trek? No. I'll tell you, I like the show Mandalorian. I think they did a great job with that, bringing in fringe people like me with that cute little Grogu. Oh, he's like a mini Yoda. Oh, look at him. He just likes to play with balls and put them in his mouth. I've seen it. That's a good show. Not the ball part, but it's I'm just not really into Star Wars. It's way too serious and way too deep. And I know so many people that are into it. So many people. And they can sit there and go. I used to have a boss, Raj, that was that way. He'd call me into his office, and I'm like thinking, oh, okay, we're going to talk business. And he'd chew my ear off for 30 minutes talking about Star Wars. And I'm like, looking at my watch. I got shit to do, bro.
But wait. If you notice at the end of this movie, in the beginning of this movie, despite the fact that there's been 15 years, they seamlessly go together.
There's probably like 30 years in between the two movies, and they made it. Whatever. Fuck, man. It's just so funny. You get into it. Who cares? If that's your thing, that's your thing. It's not hurting anybody. And if you want to get married with a Star Wars theme, go ahead. I've never been that into anything where I would want to do even like a themed party. Maybe that makes me super lame. Is there something like that with you that you would sit there and go, maybe if we renewed our vows or something like that, or even if it's just a party, a Star Wars themed party, I mean, something like that. I've never been down that road. I've never been that obsessed with something as far as a show goes or a movie. Severance would be kind of cool, I guess. But then I sit there and start breaking down the cost. Because if you've ever seen the show Severance, which is on Apple TV, yes, I stole somebody's, or they lent me their login, and that's how we've been watching it. Definitely worth watching. But the iconic hallways of these white walls and white door, white floor, everything, hallways, would be neat if you were able to transform your house into that or something like that. That would be fun. But I sit there and think, oh, that's too expensive. I'm not going to do that. I don't know anything, and you can't really dress up for that because they just wear suits when they're at their workplace. I don't know. It's just something that I don't know. He-Man, that's what I should have done. I should do a He-Man wedding where I show up shirtless, wearing like some really skimpy shorts with some fur on it, wearing a big old oversized sword, but it's got to be fake because those things, the real ones, are super heavy. Could you imagine? I'm sitting there and I would just fall backwards because it's too heavy. A Smurf wedding. Oh, Papa Smurf. I don't know. I'm sure somebody's done it. I'm sure somebody has. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Is there a good, yet if you don't like Star Wars, you don't like Star Trek, is there a different theme that would be funny or, okay? I don't know. You guys send them in to me to huffpodcast@gmail.com or do it, hit me up on socials or just respond to wherever you're watching this or listening to this. And yeah, God, real quick, I saw this. I have to get into it real quick. People do the dumbest shit on social media just to get clicks, views, etc. There's this lady who's, trending because she put her Easter eggs in the toilet and that's how she dyes them. She's like, I don't care if it stains my toilet. It's the worst Easter ever. Hey, kids, guess what? Who wants to hunt for eggs? I do. Why? And then, 5 minutes later, my egg smells like poop. Maybe I should have cleaned the toilet. That's disgusting. Come on. I'm curious, with the egg prices being high, are people still coloring eggs? We're not. We're not even thinking about it. The kids don't really care. They don't. We'll just, do something. We have the fake eggs, and what we might do is put little treats in them, then hide them around outside, and then see who can come up with the most. Whatever. It's an easy way, keeps the kids busy, and then they get candy afterwards, right? Well, what kind of sick bitch? What kind of sick bitch is just like, hey, I'm gonna color our Easter eggs in the toilet? My God, what a horrible human being! Really, could you imagine if if you went over to somebody's house, you participated in an egg hunt, maybe you ate some of those hard, not the hard, but the colored eggs. Girl, these are great. Oh, you made deviled eggs out of them. Oh, fantastic. You go home, then you turn on TikTok or whatever, and you see, oh, that's the neighbor. And then you see that she's coloring the eggs in the toilet. You're like, those are the exact same fucking eggs. I'm sorry, I'd be pissed. I'd be so pissed. Be like, oh my God. You know your mouth would be just dropped.
This is fucked.
And then I believe the next phrase out of your mouth,
What a bitch.
because yes, she a bitch. She's a bitch. Hey, we got more coming your way. Tons more. A huge sports section today. Cannot wait to get into it. But first, when it comes to roof repairs, you want the best. In fact, you need the GOAT. Go with the GOAT. Who's the GOAT? Roof Goat USA. They've been in business for 23 years. They understand the headache that comes with fixing a roof, whether it's a repair, replacement, insurance claims. Roofcoat USA's experienced professionals are committed to delivering reliable and durable solutions, and they prioritize the safety and comfort of your family, ensuring that your home is well protected against all the elements. Roofcoat USA guarantees their work for 30 years. That's 30 years coverage from date of install. All materials and labor, 30 years from the date that they put in the roof. That's pretty freaking cool. For all your roofing needs, go ahead, contact the GOAT. Text Eric 303 495 4630. Again, 303 495 4630. Or you can just go to roofgoatusa.com. Again, roofgoatusa.com. Go ahead, experience the Roof Goat USA difference today. What we need to do right now is jump into the headlines.
Let's go! Let's go! And now, here are the headlines.
Matt OFP sent me this. I guess I could have put this in the mailbox, but hey, whatever. Matt OFP wrote, "This just in. Gravity still works. Taxes suck. And Denver's single A club is completely lost in the ether." What's he talking about? Well, he added a link. Rockies placed Kris Bryant on a 10-day injured reserve list, retroactive to April 13th, with lumbar degenerative disc disease, a lower back injury associated with wear and tear on the spine. This makes Bryant's 9th time on the IL since signing a 7-year, $182 million contract with the Rockies ahead of the 2022 season. 9 times. What is that from? What movie? 9 times. That's ridiculous, man. Talk about a lemon. You hate to say that about somebody because injuries are injuries. That could just, you could be like in his case, he was a stud. Then he comes to the Rockies and it just, everything goes to shit. And his body just breaks down. Listen, anybody in their upper 30s and beyond knows that there's just a time where your body just, it starts crapping out. It's a natural thing. And if you're a professional athlete, that might get amplified. You get some injuries here and there. You're constantly grinding, doing things that normal people don't do. And yeah, your body just starts giving up in certain areas. And in his case, right now, he's got major lower back issues. God, man. What a bust for the Rockies. And it's listen, I know you want to bag on Kris Bryant, but that's just they got a bad deal. It's not really his fault. I I responded to this, and then Josh S responded and said, "This is why you don't buy a used sports car." I responded by saying, "Yes and no. Peyton Manning was a flood damaged vehicle. He was just rebuilt properly." Josh responded with, "Fair enough, but was Manning ever a sports car? He's more like a late 80s turbo diesel Mercedes wagon, big, reliable, slow, needs a bit of TLC. Now, now and then, bought an all-time great car. Bryant is like a Rashee Rice's Ferrari." I don't know what the fuck that means. They should have left it on the side of the road. I don't know what kind of car that is. If you would have said Ford Pinto, I'd be like, okay. No, but that's the thing. Here's the thing. He's a fake Ferrari. You see that every now and then where somebody rebuilds a vehicle that has a similar style to a famous type sports car, and you can just buy the logos and the plates and stick them on the vehicle, and then you sell it to somebody that just doesn't know any better, and that's essentially what happened. They bought a Lamborghini thinking it was a Lamborghini, but in all honesty, it's just like some like 1983 Buick Skylark with some polish on it. And that's I don't blame Bryant for that. It's just his body's just done. And the Rockies are on the hook. So it sucks, man. Just another thing to add to the equation of why the Rockies are just terrible. And that business decision backfired on them. Pretty cool news coming out of the Colorado Avalanche. Gabriel Landeskog, his conditioning loan has been terminated with the Colorado Eagles and will rejoin the Colorado Avalanche today. The dude hasn't played for the Avs in like over 1,000 days, something like that. He was, I want to say he played 2 games with the Colorado Eagles, which is up north here in Colorado. It's obviously the Avalanche's minor league team, and that's good news. Good news, especially as the playoffs are essentially here, and to see what he can do. I'm excited. I'm excited. Is he gonna spark the Avs into going deep in the playoffs? Not going to say Stanley Cup. Not. Is he going to make it? Are they going to make it to the final? I don't want to say that. But they're in the I mean, he could cause a major inflammation for the Avalanche in a good way. In a good way. Is inflammation good at all? No, I don't know. This is weird. We talked about this at the beginning of the show. Shedeur Sanders is number 2, and Travis Hunter's number 12 is going to be retired during the Colorado Spring game this Saturday, April 19th. And the question goes, does that even make sense? They just left the university. They were only here for 2 seasons, and you're retiring their jersey. I will say this, Travis Hunter won a Heisman. So in my mind, that's justified. Shedeur, sorry. He might have a great pro career, but I mean, he'd had a good college career. I was looking at Twitter, and this guy Jim wrote, "Hang on. So you're going to retire these two for going 4-8 and 9-4 and not winning anything. But you haven't retired Cordell Stewart that went 11-1 and led you to a Fiesta Bowl by beating Notre Dame and finished with a number 3 ranking. Jim, Travis Hunter did win something. He individually won the Heisman Trophy, but as a collective, yeah, you're right. They didn't win shit. I'm looking at this as a big fuck up, a faux pas by the University of Colorado. Clearly, there's pressure from Dion for this to happen. I don't agree with this at all. Jim is right. You don't retire Cordell Stewart's number? Are you fucking kidding me? There's a lot of greats. They did retire number 19, Rashawn Salam, another Heisman Trophy winner. So that makes sense. Number 24, Byron White. Let's see. And a few other. Bobby Anderson, yes, number 11. Here's what's crazy. Look at CU College Football Hall of Famers. Rashawn Salam, yes, his number's retired. Won the Heisman Trophy back in 94. Michael Westbrook. Alfred Williams. Joe Garden. Matt Russell. Ronnie Bradford. Don Hasselbeck. Ben Kelly. Harold Monk Saunders. Okay? These are all guys that would make more sense. Obviously, Salam did get his number retired. But you tell me that 91 doesn't get retired? He's in the Hall of Fame. And he won. Well, it doesn't matter what he did in the pros. But he's in the College Football Hall of Fame. Matt Russell, same thing. Won the Butkus Award in 96. Come on. It doesn't make fucking sense to me. That's just a publicity stunt, and that's a shame because that tarnishes, that ruins it for everybody else. I don't like it. I want the Buffs to be successful. I like ultimately what Dion is doing over there. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. That's just trying to get, I don't know. Travis Hunter makes sense. Shedeur Sanders, 0 cents. That's my daddy's the head coach. Sorry, but that's the facts, right? Is that not what you're thinking? Why isn't Joel Klatt's number retired for the CU Buffs? Feel like they have exact same stats, if not, Joel has more. I don't know. I'd have to look. I'd have to look. Let's see if I can find it. Sanders, Joel, Klatt, stats. See if I can get a comparable stats to them. I don't know. I don't know. It'd be. I'll find it. Maybe I'll post it. Go and see. The problem is Klatt is all over the place as far as See, StatMuse has Klatt's work. Why can't I compare it? But either way, you guys see what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense that Shedeur is getting his number retired. I don't like it. Don't like it. Now, if you go to the Twitter poll, as soon as I can pull that up, Twitter poll, I said University of Colorado's retiring these 2 numbers. Do you agree with this? Simple yes for Travis, yes for both, or no on both. Yes for both is trailing with only 8.7%. No on both, 30.8%. Yes for Travis is 60.6%. Kind of what I thought. Camacho 2028 wrote, wait 10 years. See if you can still justify it. I see what you're saying. I think they acted too quickly. Charles wrote, they act like CU won something the past couple of years. KG wrote, I don't really care, but if it were me, I'd wait a few more years. I think it would be more prestigious if every year the best players wore their numbers like what LSU does. Yeah, they screwed up. They screwed up. They're acting too quickly. It's almost like a money grab. Guarantee you there's going to be some uniforms for sale at sporting good, you know, and they're going to pump those out a little bit more because people are like, oh, this is a retired number. It's all about money. It's all about money. CU, come on, man. That's embarrassing that they did that. It's embarrassing. Thank you guys so much for joining the show. Really do appreciate you guys tuning in. If you could please go ahead, click the like button wherever you're listening to this or watching, and also hit subscribe. Remember, you can comment on the show especially if you're on, like, say, Spotify, or you can give a review on Apple and all that stuff. Either way, Spotify is really cool that way, where you can respond per episode. Not all podcast platforms do that, but go ahead, respond. I know there's a couple of you guys that out there that like to do it, so I encourage you guys to do it more often. Also, you can follow me on socials at DeHuff Podcast, and obviously I video stream this as well, whether it's YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. There you go. You can find it there. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, like I said. Big thanks to Roof Goat USA. Check them out at roofgoatusa.com. Also, big thanks to Kirkwall Group. Go check them out at kirkwallgroup.net. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful day. Let's continue to move forward. I'll talk to you next time.